NBC News Radio, I'm Craig Melvin. The fate of nearly 300 people remains unknown. A day after a ferry flipped onto its side off the coast of South Korea, 9 of the 475 that were on board are dead. Strong currents and poor visibility have hampered rescue efforts. Discussions over the growing violence in eastern Ukraine will be the focus of meetings in Geneva tomorrow. A U.S. official says the talks will be the final opportunity for Ukraine to engage with Moscow. And $50 million is now being pumped into a new group pushing for tighter firearm regulation. NBC's Kate Snow reports former New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg is making the investment.
Gun-owning Americans who believe in the Second Amendment, who will think this is a billionaire trying to tell me what to do.
All we're saying is that if somebody wants to buy a gun, they should go through a background check.
But the NRA will be a powerful foe with more than 5 million dues-paying members.
This is NBC News Radio.
That's right, we're still here in the studio.
At least 5 firefighters were among the 15 people hurt when 2 fire trucks collided in suburban Los Angeles this afternoon. One of the vehicles then slammed into a restaurant. The death toll has risen to 39 as 2 more bodies were found in the rubble from that massive mudslide in Washington State.
That's
6
crazy.
people are still missing. April 22nd marks a month since the devastation, and all flags at Washington State facilities will be lowered to half staff. Solid earnings reports from more U.S. companies and encouraging news about China's economy helped push stocks higher. For a third day, the Dow gained 162 points. It's getting harder to stretch $1 these days at the grocery store. NBC's Stephanie Gosk zeroes in on the culprits.
At $5.36 a pound, red meat is at its highest price in nearly 30 years. Chicken rose 24 cents in 2013, eggs 14 cents, and a pound of bacon surged 64 cents higher.
I'm Craig Melvin, NBC News Radio.
NBC News Radio. Beyond Twisted is right here, right now. Thank you, Mr. Producer, for putting us into flight delay. He's saluting with his right hand. You are?
I think I'm Judy. You've got me so confused already.
Why? Because your volume is attenuated?
Because you're crazy.
You're crazy and I'm moving again. This is Beyond Twisted. Telephone number in the studio is 727-441-3000. And you're looking lovely with your new haircut.
Oh, thank you very much.
Good, very good. She's just stunned. She's still with me at this point, 14 years. We've got to give 2 quick shout-outs to 2 people who I met in the last week and a half. One is down on Ybor City, 7th Avenue or 8th Avenue, Judy?
7th.
7th Avenue.
I think.
You think? What do you mean you think? It's
I have
radio.
no
You have
idea.
to know.
I don't know who you're talking
It's Beyond
about.
Twisted. It's the guy who's got the windpipe thing. You sit on the chairs and you're smoking oxygen and you're smoking smoke. He's the only guy down on 7th or 8th Avenue.
That's 7th.
7th Avenue, Ybor City. He, very nice guy. He told me how the marijuana thing will start with him in November, since we're all going to pass it in this country. And since I have so many pains in my body, I'm going to have to learn how to take in marijuana. And so he's ready for me, and he's gonna help me do it.
He's a mixed up dude.
Why is he mixed up?
Number one, it's medical marijuana we're talking about.
Yes.
Not the kind you smoke.
We know that.
And not the kind you're going to be able to go to a smoke shop and be able to...
Listen, Cedric, she's going crazy. She doesn't believe anybody anymore.
Well, it's not true.
I thought that they actually do smoke marijuana just like out of a pipe or something.
No, absolutely not. It's going to be medicinal, so it'll probably be liquid. You put under your tongue.
In California, it's medicinal, and aren't they just smoking it out of a pipe?
Well, you wouldn't give it to a 5-year-old child with convulsions and expect him to smoke a pipe. No, it's not given that way.
Okay, so how is it given?
I said it's either like a liquid or a pill or something.
Now, maybe,
Capsule.
is it possible you're wrong here and it will be smoked?
No.
Why not? Why is it impossible? Why is this guy lying to me? He's not lying. He's down on 7th Avenue, number 1. Go and see him. He's a nice guy. If you just want cigarettes, you want to smoke, he's legal right there. But he says he will be carrying it, and it was a medicinal smoking piece of the application.
You have to have a prescription for it.
I know that. He says he will want people to come to him with prescriptions
He's
from doctors.
not a pharmacist.
I didn't say he was, but he said he will have a special license from the federal government that will allow him to dispense commercially there. You're calling him a liar.
Crazy.
You see, she's calling Crazy. This is why this is beyond twisted. Come in here, Cedric. Tell me.
Can you give me this guy's number?
I can't give you his number. I can just tell you he's on 7th Avenue. He's the only guy right on 7th in Ybor City who's got the place. It's lined up right there. He's the only guy, right? He's got chairs and there's no doors to the place.
No, it's not the only smoke place on that.
It's the only smoke place that has no doors. It's completely wide open.
Okay.
And he walks around, how you doing? And come here and smoke this. And yes, and if you have problems with your body, you will have medicinal marijuana to smoke in November when I get my license and the government and the people have passed the law. Cedric, I mean, back me up on it. Yes, right?
I agree with everything you just said.
I didn't make it up. Right?
If you did, I hope it comes true. I'm just kidding. I'm just playing a part.
No, I know you're
drugs
playing a
are
part,
bad.
but I know it's bad in the wrong level, the wrong hands. But this guy really says that according to what he knows about the law, it will be a smokable piece.
Evidently, he knows nothing about the law.
Is it possible that you're not quite up on the law and you think it's only going to be in liquid or pill form?
I'm pretty sure that they're going to let you smoke it. Like, I'm not kids, but grown-ups.
Number one, it's going to be the kind of marijuana that does not give you the high like you're going to get from the smoke.
We've already got that. That's Marinol. Yeah, that's already legal, I think.
No, it's not.
Marinol?
No.
No?
I'm going to check.
Yeah, look it up there.
Well, the kind that needs to be passed in November is medicinal. It's a different strain of marijuana. You don't smoke it.
You're claiming nobody would be smoking it. It's only pill or liquid form.
I'm not quite sure what form it will be.
It says that
what do you
Marinol
have
is legal
left?
in every
Either
state.
pill it or you swallow
Well, one
it
of
in
the
a
two,
liquid.
then. Okay,
well, yeah,
or
so
both.
don't say no. What are you going to be left with? Put it on your glasses? Seeps into your eyes? What are you saying here? This is beyond twisted, as you can tell already. It only took 2 seconds to get into that. 727-441-3000. You're thinking you had your blood pressure under control when you were away from this crap, right? No, you didn't. You were dead. You couldn't believe what was going on here. 727-441-3000 in the studio. Another shout out to this other guy who I met in one of the eateries in St. Petersburg. Nice guy. Gave me a newspaper. I took his card. He does financial services. I can't tell you the name of his business because it'll be in reverse of the SEC protection laws. So when you need financial advisory with the top guys, Morgan Stanley, whole thing, contact me, 1-800-784-4279, and then I'll put you in touch with him. So that's 2 free shout outs right there. Why are your eyes rolling? Huh? Oh, now you didn't believe it happened.
No, that's fine.
Why are your eyes rolling? Come on.
No, I don't want to ruin your advertisement here.
What do you mean ruin it? This is what happened.
No, I'm not talking about marijuana now.
No, I just had to roll
Somebody
into the
who's
next...
going to give you financial advice.
Yes, right.
And is afraid to give his name out?
No, he didn't say that. No, there's a special rule because of the number of people he has under his umbrella. He has to pass it through a certain sector of his own policy company and with the SEC.
Oh, he wants to do it on his own rather than with his company.
No. There's a rule that he has to go through before he can actually advertise it. That's what he said. Now, if he's BSing me, he's on LSD. Also, I know Tony's on the line.
It's not Tony.
Oh, it's somebody else. Okay.
It's Carmine.
Okay, we'll take Carmine on the air right now. I have to say, Tony, you're listening right now. We'll talk to you immediately after the show. If you don't call up during the show, we'll get together with you and we'll do up the thing after the show is over. Carmine, where are you calling from?
Well, I'm calling from Clearwater.
Oh, okay.
Here's the deal. I got friends that live in Colorado. I have a small bakery. And I got people asking me about making brownies. A lot of people now. And we already have a name for it. We're downloading all the paperwork. But do you think this is going to happen in November?
Well, it's supposed to be on the ballot.
Well, I don't think these people want to wait. I got 2 doctors waiting for it and 3 nurses from the gym.
Oh, really?
And the,
well,
and the guy next door to me is starting to grow it. And that's all I can tell you.
Well, the kind of marijuana that's going to be legal in Florida, as I understand it, and I've done research on it, I get emails on it every couple of days, will be medicinal marijuana, which is not the kind you smoke, not the kind that gives you this warm and fuzzy feeling. And it will not be sold in stores and over the counter and in brownies and so forth. You have to have a prescription from your doctor to get it.
Well, that's true. But my question here.
Well, I have a question for you.
I got a question for
What
you.
about
I got a question for you too.
Let him ask his question.
I want to ask him a question too. Go ahead. What's your question?
Well, my doctor, let's just say his name is Dr. Vinny Boombach. And if you know Rodney Dangerfield, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Right.
sure.
Anyway, we got to erase the names in this show here. You
Of
know what I'm
course.
saying?
To erase the transmitter
Correct.
too.
Exactly.
Right. Keep
Dr.
going.
Vinny Boombach has some patients that have some problems that would like to have this stuff. I've known this guy a long time, so we've been talking for the past month. Doctor 1. Doctor 2 is a doctor up in Massachusetts. Same thing, that travels down here a lot. Number 3, 2 to 3 nurses I know, same thing. Now, I'm not doing anything yet, but this might happen soon enough.
Okay, now answer my question. Why is it out of the thinking of science and God that medicinal marijuana could not be smoked, could only have to be a liquid or a pill?
I have no idea, but smoking is the worst thing for you. I'd rather just mix it in a brownie.
Yeah, that's true. But the strain of marijuana they are using
Yes.
is not the same kind that you smoke in a cigarette.
But what I don't
understand.
understand is out in California and Colorado and Washington, they've got medical marijuana, and it is the kind that you smoke that gets you high.
Exactly.
I don't know, but they also have marijuana is legal, period, in Colorado.
In Colorado, right.
As recreational
Right.
and otherwise, so you could get it any way you want.
Right.
So, I don't know, someday we may get the real story.
Right, which gets back to this guy on Ybor City saying that in November, when the whole thing passes, he will have a special license to do it. You have to come to him with a script from a doctor, and he will be able to take marijuana, either in a pill or a liquid, and put it in a container to have people smoke it. Now, I'm thinking, why is that such a scientifically difficult thing to imagine? Because you could basically put anything into some kind of a contained vial or a vacuum, light it up from some sort of projectile from the other side.
Exactly.
Right, see how smart I am? I'm a scientist.
Oh, you're such a
That's
genius.
right. You could smoke anything. I mean, I could put you in a vial right now and smoke you up too.
Well, I tell you what I'll do.
Yes.
I will communicate with the committee that is doing all this research and working with, what is it, the law firm, Morgan & Morgan, and see if I can get the information that we're talking about, and we'll see what we can come up with.
I'd like to know who the, excuse me for interrupting, I'd like to know who are the inspectors that are going to come around to probably my facility or other ones that want to inspect this. Who are these people? What made them inspectors?
Okay.
Well, the obviously it's going to be coming from the Justice Department, the Pentagon, the Vatican, probably.
People that have no idea about drugs.
Well, yeah, of course.
When it becomes legal, they're just going to be some people who are just going to have a badge and I'm the drug police. Yes, 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 no, no, no.
Right. It might even be the meter maids that are on the streets in Ybor City. They get turned into a special effects unit, just like Miami CSI.
You watch too much television.
Everybody's looking at me like I'm freaking out of my mind.
You watch too much
Do you think I'm
television.
out of my mind? Mr. Cole? No. Yeah.
I mean, if you're thinking anybody's out of their mind, I'm not talking my actual voice right now.
Yeah, we kind of figured that out.
Yeah, we kind of figured
As
that
you
out.
know.
Yes.
And I've known of Cedric for a while, and he knows, put me through. And if that son of a gun says anything about anybody who my name is, he won't be starting his car tonight.
It's getting that close. Yeah, so you are Mr. Death. Were you like holding hands with Charles Bronson in '73?
I would like to bring some samples to your show possibly next week, but nothing with anything high potential in it. Just something that's off the cuff.
And it depends, of course, with the
What time
engineering.
you guys on?
We're on from 11 p.m. until 12 a.m. every Wednesday night, East Coast time.
Okay, that sounds great.
Now, you're going to put a rubber band on your wrist to remember all this?
It's been taken care of. I have it. I know where you guys at.
Okay.
That's great.
I'm going
And
to put
we
my
will-
rubber band back on right now.
I will do the research, and we can talk about it next week, okay?
We will talk again. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for your time, and
Thanks
happy
for calling.
smoking dreams to you, too. I love you. Happy Valentine's Day. You don't have a go.
I'm afraid to go out to my car now.
Right. You could take your finger and give me a little prostate just from inside the window there.
I know.
It's all the same thing. Well, I'm hoping that it's across the board with this, because everybody needs so much help right now with the pain and the atrocities in their body. I hope it's smokable, it's liquidable, it's pillable, the whole thing. It's 15 minutes past 11 o'clock, and we got to pay a little bill or two as Mr. What do I call it? Radio Personality of the Year, putting up his finger for many commercials here at WTAN Radio, 1340 on the AM dial. It's a cue from the left. It's a cue from the right. He's doing something right there, so I'll talk about the first little boy. We have a boy that's taken over the internet on YouTube. What's the little kid's name, Judy? Do you remember?
Matt, I think.
Is that his name, Matt?
I think.
Right. Baby, you're not listening to me. Baby, you're not
Linda.
Linda, you're not listening to me, Linda. Now, okay, so this kid has gotten like 8 million hits. 8 million. Well, actually, the number is 2,721,521 hits on YouTube. And the YouTube address is http://www.youtube.com/watch V for victory equals SEM2WBY6QMQ. Now, I don't expect anybody to memorize that. This is radio. It's TV too, but I don't expect you guys to write this down. What you should do is look up small little kid talking back to his mother, and there's about 8 videos, but there's one video in particular where it's just him and nobody else doing anything else. We here at the Judy and Frank radio show are on his one page, making the only comments alone, so you'll get to see our comments about him. And you could be a part of this too, and this kid, and you can audition for us to do the parody of him, or we can make arrangements for his management and his talent agency to have you meet him. That's how big of a star he is right now, but you got to come through us, right? You got to come through us, and by coming through us, you have to make a phone call. And what's the 1-800 line there, my dear, that we have for these people?
1-800-784-4279.
And the email address is frankradiotv@gmail.com. And you can also text us right now. The text line, telephone number is open for you and your loved ones to get a hold of us, to get a hold of this little kid. You can audition, do a parody, or you can meet him in person. We will arrange that because we have special contacts. Our text line phone number is 609-209-0194. And the show is also brought to you in part by Tryon Financial, carrying and taking care of all your business financial goal needs of loans and bridge loans across the United States and across the country. And what's the phone number for Tryon Financial?
1-800-784-4279.
Okay, very good. And also Private Detective Industry through Fast Street Productions is available from Fast Street Productions at yahoo.com. And the soap that has made history for your body, inside and outside your body, Frankie V Soap, is available for you, honey. You want to take care of your body, take care of the soap, organic soap, at 1-800-784-4279. Yes, I'm saying yes to your note, but it wasn't available through Q at the time. So we have to keep rolling on here at 19 minutes past 11 o'clock, WTAN Radio. So, this big story. God. Yeah, do you want to go with your big story first, or you want me to roll with this? Because this is so mind-boggling. You want to go with your big story?
No, you go right ahead.
All right. So I get an email out of nowhere. I don't know how the hell this woman found me. Her name, I'm going to say her name even though we're in delay. I said to back off of me. We had a couple of words. I said, enough. You're harassing me now. And if you keep harassing me, I'm going to announce your name on radio and TV as somebody who's harassing me, and that's what you did. So your name gets exposed. I take up the liability on this. WTAN, its parent company, its officers do not take up the liability on this. Do you need to do a short disclaimer liability on anything right now, or you just leave it up to me, Cedric?
Okay. The opinions of the Beyond Twisted show are not necessarily those of the Tan Talk Radio Network, its staff, or advertisers. How's that?
That sounds good.
Perfect.
Did you want to name something into
No,
this
do you
too?
have her last name?
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, sure. I don't make up real fake names like Rush Limbaugh, Sean Hannity do. Yes, right. Cheryl Nicholson. Hello, Cheryl. Oh, did you ever tick me off because I gave you such a chance to talk with me? She writes out an email to a whole bunch of people, but to me too, and it came directly to me as a personal email. And the title was, "What is wrong with women today, emotionally?" So I gave her my opinion of what is wrong with women today. It's also mixed in with what's wrong with men, but there's such a divorce rate is still extraordinary. Men and women are not matching up in DNA any longer. They never did. Plus, there's a big withdrawal between men and women. She knows it, too. That's why she put out the title. So I gave her my technical and intellectual and a little bit of witty parody piece of advice, and she went crap hell on me. Oh, man. Did she rip me apart. And she said, "You're the biggest worm who ever lived on the face of the earth, and I only want to hear from people who have positive things to say about this." Now, her email didn't say this crap.
Well, number one,
yes,
she asked what was wrong with women.
So the premise is,
how positive could
it's
that be?
It's as negative of a question it could possibly be based in reality, but it's totally negative. So I gave back the negative response of the negative reality facts.
And I'm sure it was...
What?
Well, I can't think of the word. Long.
No, it was short.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was short. It was only like a paragraph and a half, and I said... Women, for some reason, most women in this country do not want to come together with men anymore and cooperate within conversation. For some reason, at some point in the last 20 years, somebody convinced most women to shut off on men and either become silent control addicts or crazy talkers in reverse or misrepresenting themselves of deception all the time, too much of the time. And men, of course, the DNA is off with women anyway, and men have their problems of controlling, but it's never been this bad, right? Right, Cedric? I mean, you know, men and women today, you just don't see it happening.
I, yet again, agree 100% with you.
Yes, okay. So, and I'm not looking for anybody to agree. I'm looking at the situation. Where is there so much happiness between men and women out there? It's like 8 to 15% of all the relationships. So this is what I said to her. And again, she went ape crap on me. She said, "You're a low-life piece of worm that's walking the face of the earth. You're breathing in backwards. You shouldn't be allowed to come out of a cage, even if NASA allowed it. No scientist should be around you looking at you. No wonder you're typing instead of interviewing people in person. Nobody wants to be anywhere near." I wrote back to her and said, "Are you out of your freaking mind? What is wrong with you?" So I started to lose it a little bit because
a little bit.
Yes. Well, what am I supposed to do? Bring her over for Thanksgiving and shove a marijuana stick up her vagina or something?
She's one person.
So there's a hell of a lot of these people walking around hitting me with these same messages. We're hitting all 20,000 to 200,000 on TIN right now. So, I mean, you can't attack me like this because I'm giving you back an answer. If you want to attack me, say that you want a negative and a positive response, and I only give you a negative response. Or if I only give you a positive response, then take my cell phone and shove it up my ass. I'll be ready for it.
How could you give a positive response if she asked a question that was negative?
Well, I could have if I wanted to play the Jesus Zen thing with Dr. Phil sprinkled in. But I gave her the facts. The facts happen to lean more and more towards the fact that it's negative. So she went off on me like crazy. I went back at her, and I told her things about the way her hair was parted and the fake picture she probably had on the email system and everything. And I said, "You have got to stop calling me such a negative person." She actually said, "Wow, I don't hang out with negative people or endorse those who are just screaming out and hurting to get attention. You've been blocked from my email. Hope you have a good, joyful in life." Now, first of all, Cedric, anybody who hates my guts this much, why the F would anybody want me to have a joyful life? I mean, if you really, really, really hated my guts, would you want me really to have a joyful life?
Well, maybe it was sarcasm.
No, well, sarcasm, which means it's not real, right?
Right.
Right. You want my testicles in my left ventricle and my eyeball and everything else, right?
Well, I don't.
Well, I mean,
she does, apparently.
But if you hated my guts, you would.
Yeah.
Admit it.
Okay, yeah, if I hated you.
Really?
Yeah.
You want my blood dripping out of my left chocolate nostril attached to my tendon to my left elbow?
If I hated you.
Right. What would you want done with me?
I'm not that creative.
I thought you got over there already.
I might just want you dead.
It's just dead time. So, oh God, it's just dead. What does that mean, Cedric? I don't even know what to do at this
I'm
point.
calling Tony.
Calling Tony. We'll see him after the show, too. Okay, so she hit me with all this, and I created a new email account, and I had one of my women call up who don't freaking exist. And one of my women, laid it onto her good. Yes, okay, basically, you're soliciting him, and if you're soliciting him, you should be able to read it back and engage in intelligent conversation. Obviously, you are obviously a new ager troublemaker, and that you say something in the public because you cannot accept a reality check about the negative reality in the subject matter that you brought up. You therefore then tried to convince the other party that they are the emotional problem when in fact you are. So I hit her with everything, and then I said, you have got to stop contacting Frank, because what you're doing at this point is pre-harassment and pre-stalking. Now, if you were some kind of a country lawyer, or you were the big-time lawyer that I know you to be, she is in those boundaries then at that point to being pre-stalking and pre-harassing me. Is she not? She was 14. She really wants me dead. Really?
If she contacts you twice, she's harassing you?
I said pre-harassment, pre-stalking.
Oh, well, anything could be pre-harassment.
Well, yeah, but look what she was doing. Call me a lowlife. There's no love in this thing whatsoever. She solicited me first. So at this third-time venture course, doesn't it seem like, and even if you check local district attorney or something, she's pre-harassing me, pre-stalking me.
You've got me speechless here.
I'm speechless. What do you think? You're pre-district attorney.
Say that again?
Okay.
No, hold on. Run it by me.
Okay. She originally wrote to me. So she contacts me. I didn't solicit her.
Right.
Then she's going back and forth. She's got nothing negative to say to me. Nothing. So we were saying at that point, I was saying to her, you got to stop this. You got to bring up something positive about me because you blew it with this negative question. At that point, she's still contacting me. In your district attorney mind, is she in the borderline or in the environment of pre-stalking, pre-harassment?
Oh, I don't know. I honestly don't.
Are you in the borderline 50-50?
I'd say borderline.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not a legal expert.
I am. I'm just asking you.
Well, you are. I don't know.
But I'm asking you what you think your opinion on where this lies.
I would say if she continued to contact you, you'd have a good case.
For pre-harassment, pre-stalking.
Is there such a thing as pre-harassment?
Yeah, oh, yeah. Oh, boy, do I know. Yeah, I get it all the time.
Damn.
Yeah, I got birds from crazy psycho feathers coming at me like this. Oh, yeah, they call. Yeah, I just say hello, and it's like pre-harassment, pre-stalking.
Like I said, one email could be pre-harassment for you.
Yes. I just say, can I pick up my phone and make a text? Pre-harassment, pre-stalking. He said hello. We don't want hello. We want the dental floss to come out and wrap around his heart. Then you're fine with me. Oh, there's nothing wrong with what I'm saying. Are you hanging yourself with the top of the water bottle? Yeah, I am. Oh, good. You're not pre-harassment, pre-stalking. This is how my life goes. She's been watching this for 14 years.
Wears me out.
That they do this much, whoever they are, right?
And you wear me out.
What am I doing? I answer the damn question, and then I get letters from hell and chocolate shoved into my eardrums. So I checked this out with local police, my predestined district attorneys in Washington. They said, yes, she is in the border in the environment of pre-harassment and pre-stalking.
If she would keep it up.
No, at this moment she is.
Okay.
Because she's totally negative. She's calling me a worm. She's giving me the impression she's going to tell a lot of people about me like this. Maybe my ratings won't go up. Maybe my ratings will go down. Yours too. She could be slandering us all over the place. The presumption is she is at this point. So that's why she's in pre-stalking, pre-harassment.
Well, good for you. You took care of
No. You need to be on board on this. You want one more letter. So where do you put her in the district attorney's office at that point? And she comes through with another piece of crap like this.
If she came through with another one, yes, I would get really
I've got an idea.
aggressive.
Why?
All right, I'm going to go in the other room,
Yeah.
and I'm going to make up a fake email address with her name on it, and I'm going to write you a really nasty letter.
So what's the
And
point
I'll be
of
right
that?
back.
What's the point of that?
Well, you pretend like you know it wasn't me.
I don't get
I'll
this.
pretend to be her.
Okay, so what are you going to do with this thing?
I'm going to send you a letter and be like, you're a jerk. I don't like
how
you,
you
and I'm going to tell everybody you're a jerk.
Well, how are you going to send it to her? Are you going to, like, carry a pigeon into the studio here?
No, I'm gonna go into the other room. I'll make up a fake email address, put her name on it.
You're going to send it to me via email?
Yeah.
Oh, so I'll see it after the show. I won't be able to reflect on this right now.
Oh, you don't have the email? I thought Judy had the email screen.
Yeah. Do you want to be able to go to email? And you want me to react to see how I would feel, even though I know you're about to do this?
We could.
Okay.
It's interesting
I'll
test.
give you my email address. You ready?
Are you going to give it out over the air?
Sure. Why not? What do I got to lose?
Okay.
Nobody tracks me down anyway to kill me. Nobody kills me.
I don't think they could.
Well, they don't. I mean, I don't mind getting this crap. Not even though I called the Listen, okay.
You don't mind? Why do you get so upset then?
No, because what I'm trying to say here is I don't mind being tracked down like this. What I mind is you asked me a negative question. I gave you the negative facts back, and then you're calling me a dirtbag.
I understand that.
So, otherwise, I don't mind being harassed. No, really, I don't.
Boy, you could have fooled me.
No. I guess we're missing the point here. Let me try to clear this up. If you come back to me with an intelligent response to the negatives and the positives back, and you keep coming at me, I say, well, I'm a little bit tired right now. I can't really answer. People say that's harassment.
Really?
Oh, yeah. What world are we living in?
I don't know. I don't live in yours.
No, but you do. 14 years. She does. Now she's pretending not even to know what's going on here. I'll say, good God here. No, let's get out of the improv in Tampa right now.
I'd like to hear some stories from other people.
Okay, that's fine. 727-441-3000. But let me clear this up on the air, what I'm saying here, because people are confused. I just said
I don't wonder.
No, don't wonder. The reason I say I don't mind being harassed and stalked is when it's an intelligent conversation. You can harass me and stalk me. You can hit me with 200 emails.
So it's the principle.
It's the principle of...
And the attitude.
If you only say a negative thing to me and I give you back the negative answer, and then you call me a craphead from hell, then you're stalking me and calling me a dickhead and everything else. That's when you're stalking me. But if you keep asking me over and over again, can you help me? Can you help me? Yeah, keep doing that. Yeah, tell me you like me and you love me. You can contact me 200 times a minute. I love that. I love being stalked like that.
That's not harassment.
Well, it is. It really is. If you look it up with the police and district attorney, it's harassment. Oh, yeah, it is. It's just that you enjoy the harassment. That's the difference.
Well, you have a whole different vocabulary.
No, it's the law. I'm telling you.
Okay.
Listen, Cedric, Cedric,
I'm listening.
Or you dropped dead yet? No,
I'm here.
Okay. If a girl contacts you 8 million times and says she loves you, adores you, he wants to rub her fingers through your beautiful hair, says she wants to touch your t-shirt wrapped around your microphone. Cedric, if she says this to you and you say you love it, you love it, and all of a sudden you don't love it and you say you're stalking me, if you bring it all to the police and the district attorney, they say she was stalking you because of the veracity, the frequency.
Okay, I guess.
Right. So that's how I feel about it too. You know.
Well,
why?
Yeah, if I changed my mind, they might wonder why. Well, you were, if I was, enjoying the emails and writing back.
They could get you on malicious intent to do subconscious intent to deceive, but they have to prove that.
May I give you the definition of harassment?
What year? What year?
Up to date.
Really? That's
new. The act of systematic and or continued unwanted and annoying actions of one party or a group, including threats and demands.
Okay,
So they're unwanted.
So from the first little second of this, it was unwanted. She was right there in harassment and stalking.
Yeah, but you called you called getting statements that you love to get harassment.
Yeah, a billion times.
That would not be the same thing.
Well, it's actually...
It's only unwanted statements that is harassment.
But there is actually another law that says if you continue on even being too nice and the person pushes back, I don't want any more nice.
Well, yeah,
no
that
more
means
nice.
it's unwanted.
But it's still nice.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Right, exactly.
So do I now.
So if you tell somebody to buzz off and they continue to send you adoration,
right? I want the computer. I want everything. But I turn into Irish Schwarzenegger. I love your water. I love everything.
oh, I thought you were going to go French.
Oh, really? I
thought you would do the French.
I don't do the French, Arnold Schwarzenegger. To blow the microphone hard. I'll take 3, please. So that's
okay, we get the point.
That's the point. So that's the point of this woman. I want everybody to stay away from her. If she wants to sue me, that's fine. Come on. And the only other question we had, me and Judy was talking about this. Does this sound like a guy faking being a woman, or does this really sound like a woman to you?
It could be a guy.
No, that could be. I want definitive answer here from you.
Well, I don't know.
Well, there he goes again. Can you give me... Yes.
How is he supposed to know?
I want a yes or a no, and then he can go vague.
All right. Hang on.
Good. Give me a DNA sample while you're coming through. What is he doing? Is he taking off his shoes? What are you bringing up there?
Oh, he's going to flip a coin.
Oh, he's going to flip a coin. Really? Why'd you flip a microphone? Flip a CD. Flip the transmitter. Can you get 50,000 watts out of this thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to crank it up.
Okay.
All right. Heads, it's a male.
Yes.
And tails, it's not.
Heads, it's a male. Tails, it's not. It's going through the air, ladies and gentlemen. It's laying down. And the final Jeopardy.
It comes up female. You want me to do best at 2 out of 3?
No, that's fine. What do you think?
No, that's fine. I told you I thought it was female before.
All right. And what's the tip-off in this?
The way she writes.
The cadence?
The cadence
short
and
cadence?
yes.
Okay. Why I think this is a male, which blew the whole thing anyway. Why would I be... Well, I just want him dead and inside the Charlie Manson mansion. Yes, I'm glad we're on delay here. I just mentioned Charlie Manson getting a pizza delivered.
Why
to
would
his house.
if it was a man?
What?
If it were a man?
Yes.
Why would he get so angry?
Why? Because he's
He
using...
should be...
What? Say it again.
It should be more to his advantage.
He's angry that he's not a woman.
That's right.
Are you talking...
Or he's mad at women.
Are we talking about me now?
No.
So what? What are we talking?
The fake woman who was emailing.
Okay. If this is... I think it's a man because of the word wow in the beginning. Women don't use the word wow.
Yes,
Men
they do.
No, not the ones that I've talked to.
You have a whole new another
wardrobe.
world.
Yes, of course. I've been showing it to you for 14 years. Okay, and if this was a man doing this, he'd be using my underlying subconscious in my mind of portraying myself talking of the pros and the cons of a woman talking back with me. So at that point, you used up my DNA, my testosterone, my testicles, my heart, my brain, and everything else. So that's why I'd be super angry at that. So that closes that case right there.
I'm so happy you shared all this.
I've been out of the loop for a while, but I think this is the best show you've done.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really? Well, it's her, too. Yeah.
I like it.
Well, thank you very much. I mean, I could go, if you flip this bird and you go up to 50 to 60 to 70,000 watts, you get up to 110, I'll change your clothes tonight. I'll massage everything on your body.
Okay.
Yeah, seriously, I will.
I'm calling Tony again. I think he's blowing us off.
He's blowing us off. I'll even eat your RF off the transmitter in the transmitter room. I will. Yes.
We can cook some food on it.
I was going to say,
I'll give you a double lick massage,
the rest
too.
of us don't care.
Oh, you don't
Can
really care?
Can you do this after the show?
Really? I forgot we have a show here. Yes. 21 before the hour, 12 o'clock. It's Frank V Radio Show, brought to you in part by People Get You Money. Call 1-800-784-4279. We are also, he's still looking for Mr. Wonderful. We're also brought to you by the Organic Soap. Contact us at frankradiotv@gmail.com. Yes. What? You want finger cue?
Yes.
All right. Well, we'll let you hit the cue. Go ahead right there.
Oh,
with the commercial here at WTAN Radio.
Beyond Twisted is sponsored in part by Frankie V's handmade and pure soap. No need for expensive lotions. Frankie V's soap makes your skin soft, healthy, and younger looking. Have a skin condition such as eczema or acne? You'll be amazed how quickly these conditions fade away. Frankie V's handmade soap. Call 1-800-784-4279. That's 1-800-784-4279.
And after all these years of broadcasting, she wants to give you a cue. So go ahead, give him a cue there, Judy girl.
Calling all those people out there with projects that need to be funded, such as homes for the homeless, facilities for our veterans, energy projects, and most humanitarian projects.
Yes.
We can show you how to obtain a non-recourse loan. It's almost like a grant, except there are no strings attached. Call Tryon Group at 1-800-784-4279. That's 1-800-784-4279. Call today.
You have one more spot there. She's going to give you another cue.
Okay.
Okay.
This is exciting.
That's very exciting.
For all of your private detective needs 24/7, call Fast Street Productions at 1-800-784-4279. Again, for all of your private detective needs 24/7, call Fast Street Productions at 1-800-784-4279. That's Fast Street Productions, 1-800-784-4279.
Yes, and they'll find you Tony's phone number right there. That's what they'll do. For real. They're for real. You got a very special story, don't you?
Yeah, it's one that we talked about a couple or 3 weeks ago that got me really upset when I read about it. And it's about, we've been talking about the underground market for adopted children. And that really what that is, it's not even adoption, really.
It's reverse.
Almost. It has to do with people who adopt children, supposedly legally, and many times from other countries. They adopt these kids, and then they move them on to another family or another place, sometimes for money, sometimes just for the heck of it, I guess, but get tired of them. But a lot of times it has to do with child pornography and sexual abuse and things like that. And the problem is that it's so hard to follow these things because there's no record. Let's just say that a family adopts a child from China or Europe or somewhere in another country. Once that adoption is complete, the State Department does not keep track of what happens after that.
You amaze that? That's just unbelievable.
So they can do anything they want.
Literally.
They can literally, there's no follow-up to the adoption. Most of the time, if you adopt through an agency in this country, once the adoption is final, there is still some kind of follow-up and at least a way to check on people if it is necessary. Most of the casework is done before the final adoption, but at least, like I said, there is some trail and paper trail that can be followed. But in these cases, they just trade these kids around or send them to other places, and they go through tons of all kinds of abuse, sometimes beatings, sometimes sex, all kinds of things, terrible, terrible things. And the problem is, like I said, it's all under the rug, and nothing is through an agency, so that can't be checked on. So for a long time, they checked on these people to some extent through Facebook, because there were some groups on there who actually advertised these kids or put out requests.
On Facebook?
Yes. Or put out requests.
So they were trackable by some government institution.
Right. It was I can't remember the names. They've been taken down now since they were discovered, where people could actually go and obtain these children or get rid of these children.
So what is your point of what's going on now?
My point is, if you know or have observed anybody in your neighborhood, anybody that you know, anybody in your family or extended family who suddenly has a couple of new children in the family And then a few months down the road, they disappear altogether, or they disappear and then 2 more kids appear. Then that is suspicious.
That's a sign.
Very
red
suspicious.
flag, 2 red flags, 3 red flags.
And it
going
should
on.
be reported to some government agency, to the police, somebody. It has to be checked on because it's so hard to follow.
You're getting more concerned. You're hearing more stories about this. More red flags are being in different communities
More
around
and
the
more. Yes. I mean, this is done through kids who are adopted here in America, too, but mostly from foreign countries because the paper trail is a lot less.
And it's thin. Cedric, do you know of any signs like this, of anybody that you've seen around your neighborhood, people that you know somewhere, maybe in Tampa, Tennessee, Georgia, where red flags like this are bouncing up and down?
Not yet. No, not in my neighborhood. I haven't. I hear a lot about, human trafficking and things like that around here. I know it's common. I just haven't seen it.
Judy said the number, the GDP number on this. Tell them what the GDP number. Remember from last week, Judy?
I don't remember the number.
It was $4 billion.
Oh, yes, the amount of money they make through human trafficking.
That's bigger than the porn and the liquor industry, Cedric. $4 billion. That's like Oprah Winfrey money, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
And this is a number that really bothered me, too. It said that since the late 1990s, Americans have adopted about 243,000 children from other countries. If the failure rate of international adoptions is similar to the rate at which domestic adoptions fail, which I was not aware of, estimates by the federal government range from about 10% to 25%. That means that more than 24,000 foreign adoptees may no longer be with the parents who brought them to America.
That's a lot. It's just amazing. A lot of kids that are caught in this web.
If you feel that something like this is going on,
signs, you
call
got signs.
us at 727-441-3000.
That's right now. But after the show is done, what time?
After the show is done, 1-800-784-4279, or call the local authority.
Okay, and we'll do one better for you too. She knows I have a horrible time sleeping, so if I get to like 2 hours sleep, so if I get your phone call in the middle of the night at, let's see, my cell phone. I'll give you out my cell phone for this. 609-209-0194. If I get your text or phone call that you know something's going on, I'm awake most of the time. I should be dead by now. I will start working on your case right away. So it's the least I could do for being totally non-sleeping, and for the radio station here and for the radio show too, because this is disgustingly mind-boggling. Plus, I'm adding it up to this. Adult Swim, which I like the network for specific reasons, but too many scenes, too many content of young kids' heads being cut off and adults' heads being cut off. I'm starting to put this together with your story here. People got to start calling us up. We got to start changing this in the United States
this is
now.
Nuts.
Oh, it's just mind-boggling.
I mean, I know that people like blood and gore, but this is ridiculous.
It's incredibly crazy. When it gets to the point, Cedric, when the content of the shows on Adult Swim are beyond my complexity of thinking, then something big is going on in the United States. 12 minutes before the hour, 12 o'clock, 10 Talk Radio, 1340 on the AM dial, up and down the big blowtorch here. Making a very, very long story short, Cedric, whatever testosterone you have in your body is about to leak out after this one. Yeah. I gave this guy all the chances in the world, too. The name of his company, it's a law CPA firm. Judy is stunned by this one. LehmanTaxLaw.com. Now, this is what they say in a nutshell. I've been looking for this for 3 or 4 years. It starts to take care of all the Ponzi schemes in the country. The Congress and the Senate did get together about 3 or 4 years ago, designed a law that says if you've been ripped off by a Ponzi scheme artist, you can prove it, and you can prove that you worked hard every day to try to get the money back from the person, find the person, the whole thing. Now, your CPA can do the following. This is going to sound strange to you, Cedric. This is weird. Instead of just the Treasury giving you back the money, they're not doing that. They take your tax returns and look at the 3 years previous to that. What? 3 years previous to that. They look at your loss or net gain to do with your expenses and your income. Then they take that and they take 95% of that infuse it into a formula to give you a certain amount of money back based on what you lost. Now, it's finally nice of our government to finally say, we're going to give you your money back because we helped these criminals steal from you. This number that they put in this formula is crazy, but it exists. It exists, right? I don't care if I pop a vein here. I don't give a crap. If I die right here, I die. At least the ratings went up. You were happy.
Supposedly it exists. We've read about it.
Well, not only supposedly, my CPA, who I'm not going to tell you, he did the first 3 years of this, right? The law's been revised. You can now go back 5 years, but you can also go forward 20 years. In other words, that sounds crazy. You could take 20 years of your life going forward and project what your income might be and then put it into this formula based on the money you lost and get back a certain amount more based on 20 years. I don't even know how they came up with this. Now, here's the weird catch. This is so bizarre and twisted that I almost lost my mind on this. I almost had a heart attack. Her eyeballs started coming out of her head, right?
Yes.
We can't find a freaking CPA in the world to do this for us.
They don't know about it.
Well,
Number one, that's the first problem.
Well, hold on. I told them they all exist. And they keep saying, it couldn't possibly exist. Our Congress isn't this nice. They wouldn't do it for the people.
Well, who are you? They're not going to believe you.
I said it's on paper. I proved it.
Well, that's different.
Well, hello? So they're still saying that it either doesn't exist or they don't want to do it because they want to see us in pain. Now, is that criminal, sick, and Hitlerish or what?
Yes.
Good. Thank you. Is it criminal and Hitlerish or what?
Yes, it is. And you talked with who?
I talked with a guy that put together a website that says this law exists. His website is 9 feet long. It says the same thing.
It's got like a 54 font.
This big that says, the Congress is finally helping you out to get your money back. And I'm going, yeah, there's a website. So I contact him, and you know what he says back to me? It doesn't exist.
What were his exact words?
His exact words was, it'd be nice if the Congress actually passed this, but they haven't.
And tell them who did tell you that they passed it and just won't do
Barney
it.
Frank said it was passed. He won't touch it. He's afraid to enact it. My CPA said, yes, it does exist. I see it on paper. And now he's afraid to do the 5 years back and the 20 years forward. And this guy who put together the website that actually says, it exists. Yes, it does. And the Congress people were really nice when they gave it to you. Wrote back to me and says, it doesn't exist.
If I remember correctly,
yes,
Barney Frank told you that the only people who are getting back their money are the banks.
Yes, he did say that. But we all know that.
And that's
about
the only part. Yeah, that's
right.
the only part that Congress has really
He
told
admitted
anybody
to that.
that anything like that exists. Otherwise, it's hidden in some garbage can somewhere.
Some garbage cans. So this is like extraordinarily mind-boggling. It's like me and her standing here, and I'm telling you, I got a 14-year relationship with her, and it's both personal and business. And then she turns around to you and says, say to him, it's not personal and it's not business.
It's not personal and it's not business.
Right. Now, what do you think? She's a psycho case, right? You would think she's a psycho case, right?
Or, well.
What do you mean, well?
Yeah, okay.
That's my word against yours. Yours against
Why
mine.
the hell would we be saying 14 years then?
Well, anybody can make up a lie. You have to have proof somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, the proof is,
you know what I just found out?
Does exist.
You really want something beyond twisted?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Raymond Burr, Perry Mason.
Yeah.
He was gay.
Now, why is that so far beyond
Are
twisted?
you serious?
Yeah. See, she agrees.
But why is that so beyond twisted?
Well, who would have known? And see, it ties in. Because he made up a whole family life. He claimed to have a wife and kids, and he never did.
Well, you do realize 85 to 87% of all heterosexual men in this country are really bisexual and gay.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the point is...
Well, what is the point now going
he
here?
He didn't prove it, have anything to prove it. Everybody just believed what he said.
You mean Cedric right now?
No,
Raymond Burr.
Raymond Burr.
Well, yeah. Well, I believe that because 85 to 87% of all heterosexual men in this country are really gay and bisexual.
And what about the other 15 to 20%?
Heterosexual.
And besides,
that much.
This was some time ago. This was not in 2014.
Yeah, but look what all those guys were doing back there, too. Hello, camera. Hello, camera. Joe Franklin. Hello, camera. Hello, Ed McMahon. Hello, Johnny. What are you doing today? Johnny. Oh, Johnny. Yes. Ha, 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 ha. Johnny. Let's say, who was the other one? Merv Griffin. Hello, Michael.
Oh, now you're saying Merv Griffin was gay?
What, are you serious? You are joking. You are joking.
Who said he was gay?
His microphone said it. His technicians. His milkman. What are you talking about? His vitamin person who sold it at the retail store.
According to you, everybody is.
I'm saying.
I just looked it up.
What?
Merv Griffin was gay.
Of course he was gay. Yeah, of course. Look up the Walter Cronkite. You're going to find out he was gay 75%.
It says that Merv Griffin had sex with Rock Hudson, Marlon Brando, and a whole bunch of other people.
Yeah.
Wow.
Marlon Brando.
He's a busy guy.
Right. Marlon Brando actually had sex with a standing guy, too. Did you know that?
I'm getting there.
Yeah. Wow. God, it just went right by both of you. Man, it was rough. Now, this is so sickening and so scary to see this, that this guy is actually saying his website, the law, as where he's stating it and as I know it, hasn't even been enacted. And it's all over his website.
That's the first thing that comes up on his website.
I know. This.
I was just blown away when you got that answer. That's really
he's actually
ridiculous.
saying it would be nice if these laws really went into effect and the Congress people thought nice of us to give us our money back, but they haven't done it yet.
What else? He made some other remark.
I don't know if I have the other remarks there. I mean, I can't take enough Tylenol anymore. I can't take enough chocolate to get through this stuff anymore. I try to wrap these wires around my neck before I leave after you're done with the show. I do. I just try to hang myself right here. Because this stuff is like gotten beyond what human life was supposed to be like. And we're supposed to get help from these people all the time. Where are they?
Hiding under the bed because they've been listening to you.
No, I came way after us all. So where are the people? Where are they?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? We got to name somebody.
No, why?
Because there's got to be somebody left in this country who's helping somebody.
I'm sure there is.
Where?
If there was nobody helping anybody else.
I know, it'd be a total apocalypse and the chairs would be exploding. The lights would be going off too. You name somebody who's helping somebody. Go ahead, Cedric. On a consistent basis.
You and Judy.
Well, we can't help ourselves here, I get back 80% of my money in Sun City Center, but I got threats all over the place. So, come on, really, name somebody. A congressman, a senator, a pastor.
No, none of those people. No, none of them are helping anyone.
See?
No.
There's a lot of organizations out there that are helping
supposedly.
people. They are.
Yeah, and they're skimming money off the top.
He just blew you away.
Sorry.
He just said, screw you, shove it up your ass.
Well, he didn't say 100% of them.
No, but he said enough. I didn't hear him say
He didn't say any number.
Do you know one that's clean?
I don't think there's anyone in Congress who's clean.
See?
In Congress, you're probably
right.
correct.
Well, I've been saying that, and you keep saying, there's somebody somewhere. It's like Carol Channing with a bad cold or something.
I'm just not an eternal negative person.
I'm not either. I'm optimistic. That's why I go
for
are? That's why I go for these people.
That's why you go for them.
Right. Hello, I found it. What did I do? I started to jump for joy. I started to kiss the walls. I took my milk and I looked at it in a different way and everything else, too. Yes, we're doing duets here because Bud Harrelson is really Glenn Campbell. Did you know that? He really
Pretty
is.
soon you're going to say he was gay.
Pitching a different way, too.
He wasn't?
No, he wasn't. That's right. Yes, that's all very weird and very strange. But this guy, now I gave him a chance to respond back to me, right? That's what I did. I gave him a chance to respond back. And he refused to respond back. I said, the whole thing doesn't make any sense. I said, you confused me. I said, what are you talking about? Your website itself says that the law has changed, and it reflects 3 years back, 5 years back, or 20 years forward. I already found another descriptive law on the Internet that says the same thing, And my CPA already did the first 3 years and got me back a tiny little bit of money. So why the heck are you saying that you wish the laws were conceived and enacted anyway when you say on the website they're already conceived and enacted? Active. You confuse me. Would you please unconfuse me? This is getting to be too much twisted. Now I'm starting to have nightmares, and I don't know how to treat my wife as a man anymore. I used to treat her as a woman, so I'm trying to treat her as a man. So he's just beyond confusing to me, so far beyond it that I'm sick to my stomach because I can't find one person.
Wow.
What do you mean, wow?
That's tough.
What do you mean it's
That's
tough?
really tough.
You're being affected by this, too. Half of this money is yours.
I was really blown away. I mean, that was the meaning, it seemed, for the whole website to begin with. That's all it talked about was that law.
Yeah, that law that's in effect.
Actually, you could read the whole entire thing.
Right.
And then he says it doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. It's not like a dating service that says the girls don't exist when they do or they don't. It's not the same thing. This is a guy who was a former special prosecutor, and now he's saying the law doesn't exist when he used 42 pages to say the law exists. So what the hell was he really trying to do? Let's see. Let's think about this.
Make you angry.
Make me. He knew me before this, right?
Yeah.
A GPS system in the house with the hot
last
chocolate.
lifetime or something.
Right, you're probably talking to him on the side. You tongue kissing him or something, or what?
Oh my God!
What are you doing with him? Do you know this guy very well?
I've never heard of this person before.
She's having an affair.
You're the
with
only
him.
one. You're the
She's
only one who
having
finds
an
these
affair.
people. I never run into these people.
Well, you just type in keywords like waterfall, goes slowly up your rear end to your spine. You will find these people. So that's what I typed in. Emergency ways to get your money back once you've been hit with a Ponzi scheme. Why in all hell did they think of 3 years back on your taxes and then say 5 years back or 20 years going forward on what your income could be? Why do they not just give you back the money in total?
It's too easy.
So you're saying
besides you're
they're
nobody.
masochists. Yeah, we're all nobodies.
You're nobody. You're
We're all
not a
nobody.
bank. You're not a big company. You don't deserve it.
Oh, I don't.
That's what they say.
That's what they say.
Right.
Are you reflecting this?
And nobody's going to know that they're cheating you out of all your money.
No, that's if everybody's doing it, then nobody really cares because nobody knows because everybody's still doing it. And of course, I contact my lawyer. My lawyer says, you don't have a chance of getting any money back anytime. In fact, you don't even have a chance of paying the prepaid legal bill because you've been ripped off by so many people. In fact, I don't even want to write up the letter to represent you because that would mean I'm writing up a letter to represent you because you got no money. You shouldn't have money.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. The story of your life.
Right. So we're going to do this again when? Pet me, please. Keep petting me. Cedric, pet me too.
Wednesday at 11 p.m.
Is that what we're doing again?
Twisted.
Is it really? Another Wednesday? Next coming Wednesday, 11 p.m.?
So fun.
So fun. So unusual. So staring in the eye of the sun right there, too. I see the eclipse coming off of her lips, but I'm not going to give her $100 in the studio. I'm going to leave that alone. So we're going to be talking to our friend Tony in about 18 and 22 seconds right now from now. Try to arrange it with him to go have some dinner with him and show off how Tony looks naked inside of the studio.
Really?
Yes.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye now. Kimosabe!